exit polls or any polls for that matter of fact, at best, what it can do is show you a direction. A lot of exit pollsters and pollsters take themselves very seriously, Baba, very seriously to, kind of as if, they are going to write the future and present it in front of us. Aisa sab hota nahi hai. We will wait for 4th because ultimately the truth is waiting for us on the 4th. Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Okay, so exit polls are out. Most of the numbers were very predictable. Some of them are not, some of them are very surprising. But broadly, before I get into all this, let me tell you that exit polls, which I always say actually, exit polls or any polls for that matter of fact, at best, what it can do is show you a direction. It doesn't actually mean that that's how it's going to happen, or it can't predict or forecast. All that doesn't happen. At best it can give you a direction. A lot of exit pollsters and pollsters take themselves very seriously, Baba, very seriously to kind of as if they are going to write the future and present it in front of us. Aisa sab hota nahi hai. Research per se and exit poll or any poll is part of a research methodology. Can give you direction. It can tell you who could get what numbers or what direction is the election going. So that's my point number 1. My point number 2 is let's get into exit polls. Like I told you, most of numbers not, but the direction was quite kind of predictable. For instance, Kerala. It was predicted that UDF will possibly form the government this time. Kerala, total seats 140, majority 71. And Axis says UDF could get anything between 78 to 90. LDF, that is the communist, would get anything between 49 to 62. BJP, anything between 0 to 3. Now, this is very typical. This is very, very typical. I mean, this actually, if you go and talk to a layman on the street in Kerala, he would also possibly give you this kind of figures. So it is very typical. It is a very generalistic figure. So yeah, that is where it stands at the moment. People Pulse says 75 to 85, 55 to 65 LDF, 0 to 3 BJP, others 0. Vote Vibe says 70 to 80, 58 to 68 and 0 to 4 others, and it gives 0 to BJP. People Insight is 66 to 76 and 58 to 68 for LDF, 10 to 14 for BJP and 0 to 1 for others. So this is how the pollsters say polls finally comes to 75 to UDF, 60 to LDF, 4 to BJP and 1 to others. This is what polls, if you look at all the polls, that's what polls say. And this is, I am talking about NDTV polls. So this is where it stands. Clearly, UDF is forming the government according to the exit polls, and to my mind, I think to some extent this direction is correct. And also the fact that I don't know about the 4 numbers, but if BJP even gets 2 or 3, BJP has made a mark in Kerala. I actually am not very sure whether BJP will get that number, but if BJP does manage to get the number, I think BJP should be a very happy party because they have managed to put their foot on the door in Kerala. And I think that's a big achievement. So that's the highlight of Kerala. Nothing much to talk about. Like I said, this is something that we've spoken before, and more or less the direction looks what we said before. So let's go to another state, that is Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu, total number of seats 234, majority 118. Now in Tamil Nadu, the exit polls numbers are as follows. Access My India says AIDMK would get anything between 22 to 33. DMK will fall short of majority according to Access poll. Mind you, majority 118. DMK, according to Access polls, Access My India will get 92 to 110. TVK, that is Vijay's party, would get 98 to 120. According to Access My India, TVK could possibly form the government and others would get 0. Praja polls gives 61 to 81 to AIDMK, 148 to 168, which means according to Praja polls, DMK will form the government. And surprisingly, TVK is 1 to 9, others 0. JVC, completely different, 128 to 47 is AIDMK, 75 to 95 is DMK, 8 to 15 TVK and others 0. Mattress is 87 to 100 AIDMK, 122 to 132 DMK, 10 to 12 TVK and 0 to 6 others. People Pulse 65 to 90 AIDMK, 125 to 145 DMK, 18 to 24 others. NDTV Polls of Polls says 79 to ADMK, 121 to DMK, 31 to TVK, others is 3. So end of the day, here it looks very clearly that the direction shown is that DMK will form the government once again. That is as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. Now, Axis, My India, feels that no, it could be Vijay who would come through and form the government, would be the single largest party, either form the government or become the kingmaker. Well, that's Axis, My India, but otherwise, it is DMK that is forming the government. Now, let's come to Assam. Again, like I said, very predictive. So, I will take you through this quickly. Axis My India, 88 to 100 BJP, 24 to 30 Congress, 0 to 3 others. Janmat poll 87 to 98 BJP, 29 to 30 Congress, 0 others. JVC 88 to 101 BJP, 23 to 33 Congress, 2 to 5 others. Mattress 85 to 95 BJP, 25 to 32 Congress, 6 to 12 others. People Inside 88 to 96 BJP, 30 to 34 Congress, 2 to 4 others. So Polls of Polls says 92 BJP, 30 Congress, 4 others. Well, like I said, this was predicted. This is going more or less, the direction is more or less the way it was supposed to be. Let me also take you through our union territory. Puducherry, Axis My India says NRC 16 to 20, Congress 6 to 8, TVK 2 to 4, others 1 to 3. Kamakya Analytics says 17 to 24 for NRC, 4 to 7 for Congress, 1 to 2 for TVK and 0 to 1 for others. When I say Congress, I mean Congress plus. When I say NRC, I mean NRC plus. People's Pulse says 16 to 19 for NRC plus, which is basically the NDA, AIDMK, BJP coalition. Congress 10 to 12, TVK 0, others 1 to 2. Polls of Polls say 20 to NRC plus, 8 to Congress, 1 to TVK and 1 to others. This is what Puducherry stands. Now, let's talk about West Bengal. So, the total number of seats, 294, majority 148. Janmat poll says BJP 80 to 90, TMC 195 to 205, Congress 1 to 3, left 0 to 1 and others 3 to 5. This is what Janmat says. Praja poll says 178 to 208 for BJP, gives a clear sweep for BJP. 85 to 110, TMC 0, Congress 0, left 0 to 5, others. JVC 138 to 159, BJP 131 to 152, TMC shows a hung parliament, 0 to 2 Congress, 0 to 1 left and 0 to 1 others. Mattress shows 146 to 161, BJP 125 to 140, TMC 0 to Congress, 0 to left, 6 to 10 others. People Pulse shows 95 to 110, BJP 177 to 187, TMC 1 to 3 Congress and 0 to 1 left, 0 others. NDTV Polls of Polls says 137 for BJP, 151 for TMC, 2 for Congress, 1 for left and 3 for others. Now this is very tough. This is the tough match. This is what I think the whole of India would be looking forward on 4th. End of the day, let me tell you, like I said before, exit polls can go wrong. Exit polls can go wrong drastically. Okay, so and we've seen that. And especially when it comes to Bengal. Let me tell you that too. Especially when it comes to Bengal. But then let us analyze this exit poll. Let's analyze this Bengal elections before the results. We will do one after the results too. You see, to my mind, while I'm sure each of them must have worked hard. They must have gone down on ground. They must have got their own numbers, done their own analysis. The fact that two exit polls, pollsters are giving two radically different numbers, that itself says that there is confusion. So let's assume that's happening. And based on that, let me tell you my view. You see, while the competition is tough, there is no question about it. The fight was tough and BJP put everything into this. Everything, every bit of strength that BJP had was put into West Bengal election. Everything they had was put there. They fought brilliantly. But then the other side is Mamata Banerjee. The other side is equally as tough, if not better, and as resilient, if not better. So it was BJP fighting a Mamata Banerjee. So if BJP did 10, Mamata Banerjee did 10 plus 1x. If BJP did 20, Mamata Banerjee was 20 plus 1x. So Mamata Banerjee equally responded, equally stood her ground. So that was the election. So while I say BJP did a brilliant job, but Mamata Banerjee did a fantastic job of defending her turf. That's point number one. Point number two, you see, if you see the trend till now, the trend has always been that silent voters, women, they have changed the tide. This time around, like in other states, where in Maharashtra we had the Ladki Bahin, when Madhya Pradesh had the Ladli Bahin, Jharkhand had their own version, all the states, wherever the incumbent were reinstated, these states had brought about these, some call it freebies, some call it welfare, whatever. Chalo, we have debated that enough. Let's go ahead with that. These particular schemes have always helped the incumbent government to come back. And that's what Mamata Banerjee did through her Lakshmi Bhandar. Lakshmi Bhandar was a scheme that was Mamata Banerjee launched. It was well received by the women. In fact, a lot of people on ground say that the silent voters, the women, they were quite in support of Mamata Banerjee. So if that's the case, like other elections too, did the exit poll read this particular poll also wrong? Possibility. Number one. Number two, let us take another trend. You see, there are some states like Kerala. Till recently, Kerala was 5 years UDF, 5 years LDF, 5 years UDF, 5 years LDF. LDF had a 2-term win. LDF was there for 10 years. Now it looks like UDF is coming back. But unlike Kerala, West Bengal was different. West Bengal was patient. West Bengal gave their government a chance. So 30 years of left rule in West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee is just 15 years. So it is not that West Bengal has this typical nature of throwing a party out in 5 years or 10 years. The trend is not that. So it will be a trend breaker. Like I told you, the trend has been that incumbent government gives some incentives to or freebies to women, and the election turned. It happened in Maharashtra, it happened in Madhya Pradesh, it happened in Jharkhand, it happened in a lot of other states. So Mamata loses. That trend breaks in West Bengal. Likewise, even this, which West Bengal has been maintaining, a longer duration for a government, even that trend will break because Mamata will be out after 15 years, unlike West, unlike CPM. So that's point number two. Point number three, Bharatiya Janata Party does not have a strong face. There is a Tina factor in West Bengal. There is no alternative. The Tina factor exists there. It's Mamata Banerjee. Local Bharatiya Janata Party does not have a strong leader, because of whom, like a Hemanta Biswa Sarma, because of whom a person would go and vote Bharatiya Janata Party. And I don't say this, Bharatiya Janata Party themselves indicated it when Mr. Modi said, you vote for me every election, every contestant is me. I am standing in every seat. So vote for me, because what? Bharatiya hai nahi koi, so only me. So the fact remains that this was what actually happened. So somewhere down the line, would the people of West Bengal vote for a party or vote out a party who has a strong leader like Mamata Banerjee and vote in a party who doesn't have a defined leader? This also is a question, and that's question number three. Question number four is the outsider factor. The outsider factor was very well put up. from a communication perspective, let me tell you, it was very well put up by TMC. That one issue was very well presented to the people. A lot of people accepted that. Now, will they vote against that? Now, these are things that comes to mind. So, when you look at the exit polls, these are the questions that parallelly run in my mind. What I'm asking is this were all these issues just mythical and it will just disappear and people voted for Bharatiya Janata Party? Is that possible? Now, if you ask me, am I saying that it is impossible? I'm not saying it is impossible, but I am saying, to my mind, I think these are definitely issues that needs to be considered before we accept the exit poll results and exit poll results as gospel truth. These are the factors that we need to consider. And then still, if these are the numbers, then great, then that's what it is. But let me, in the same breath, also say that if Bharatiya Janata Party manages to upset Trinamool Congress in West Bengal and gets around 3 to 4 seats in Kerala, I think the man of the match, this particular 5 assembly elections, the man of the match should go to Bharatiya Janata Party. Number 2 is that it's a referendum on the Narendra Modi, Amit Shah leadership. You see, if they lose West Bengal by any chance and lose badly, then again, I think Narendra Modi should consider saying that vote for me, I am standing in every election and you are not voting for somebody else, you are only voting for Modi, so you consider me to be your contestant, consider me to be your representative and all that. That I think he should stop because it didn't work in Lok Sabha, and if it fails now, which means that he has to understand that popularity of his is not what it used to be. So he needs to realize that his popularity has come down drastically. But if West Bengal, if Bharatiya Janata Party wins West Bengal, then it's a referendum, which means that Modi's popularity and Modi and Amit Shah's popularity is still intact. With all the Modi, with all the Trump and Epstein files and everything, Modi's popularity is still intact. It has to be accepted. And the fact remains that Modi and Amit Shah, not just for others, for opposition party, even internally within their party, will be seen as the same old power they were in 2019, which to my mind, had receded. So that will go back to where it is. This is proviso. West Bengal is backed by Bharatiya Janata Party and they make some mark in Kerala. It will be a fabulous achievement for Modi. So this is my point of view. We will wait for 4th because ultimately the truth is waiting for us on the 4th. Baki sab to, these are things we can always talk, discuss, agree, disagree, debate. 4th ke liye rukte hain. And that's when I'll see you for this. Meanwhile, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we meet again for another editorial. Namaskar.